All right. We are back with another episode on eDrift Hustles. This video is going to be specifically about my experiences so far on my e-bike delivery between DoorDash and Uber Eats. Those are the two apps that I'm using currently. Still waiting to get approved from Grubhub, all the other apps. There's going to be some more shop and deliver footages coming up in the future. I have Instacart and shipped. Those I did get approved from. So there's going to be some e-bike deliveries with that. But today's video, we will be talking about the my worst experiences out in the delivery world, delivering like food deliveries. And I tell you what, with everything that goes on in our lives, there's always good and bad. So for me doing deliveries prior to my e-bike, I was using my car for years, about like 2 years, and it became a side hustle. I was doing deliveries and picking up and dropping off. I had no issues with that. But my main thing was gas, gas, maintenance, just expenses coming out while you're trying to profit off of your side business. With this e-bike, I'm super excited for this journey that's coming up in the future. Like just doing the deliveries is so much fun. Riding. Have I would have ever pictured myself riding an e-bike doing deliveries? No. But seeing the experience so far is a lot of fun. The e-bikes are so much fun. Now, the particular model that I have, the Sonat S10-1, is very fun. 750 watts, right? Um, 48 volts, 32 amp hour. Very huge battery, right? Now, riding around, it's smooth. It carries my weight. If you guys don't know, I'm 6'2", and I weigh like 270, and it carries me really good, especially going up the hills. Now, through my experiences doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, I've I came across some annoying moments, some bad moments, bad experiences. So let's start off with the first one, the first experience. The first experience that I had was delivering the food at an apartment building, but there's no apartment number listed down, and you're contacting the customer like, "Hey, I'm at your location. I'm downstairs. What is the apartment number?" And there's no response through text, right? Because you can message on the app. For those that don't know, you can message the customer that you're downstairs, or you can message the customer throughout the communication between pickup and drop off. Like, hey, they're starting your order. Hey, your order's not ready. But for this particular order, I picked up at a Wingstop. It was a batch order. A batch order is basically like a stacked order. So I had three Wingstop bags, and then it came with a couple of drinks. Now I delivered the two, but this last one was taking so long. And you know, when you're delivering, it's all about time. Time between picking up, between traveling, and then dropping off. Now, when I got to this last person's location, and there was no text, no calls. Like, I'm calling, and they're not picking up or anything like that. Maybe I'm guessing it's probably, you know, maybe someone's kid that ordered the food or something like that, and used the person account. I've been hearing, people getting scammed out of their accounts, like DoorDash and Uber Eats. Like, people are using their accounts to order food and delivering it. But I sat there for like 15 minutes And Uber Eats, they have something now where there's a timer for the person to come get the food, and that timer ran out. And I'm sitting in front of the person's, apartment complex, trying to see if they're gonna come down or anything. No answer. And I'm ready to, I'm already ready to get to my next order. So time went by about 30 minutes. What I did was I did not want to get deactivated. I could have taken the food, but that's not the type of person that I am. What I did was in the lobby of the apartment complex, there was a vending machine section, and I placed the food on like right there by the vending machine. I took a picture, so I guess the person see that it was delivered, and they could see the location. And I just went on my business, and I hit delivered. I moved on to my next order because I was there for a good minute. And when you're a delivery driver, food delivery, you don't want to be there for too long. Pick up, drop off. There were other instances where when I'm delivering, they don't give the right instructions of where to drop off the food. Specific customers and stuff. So that right there, it annoyed me for the moment. But after I placed the food by the vending machine, I moved on to the next order. That was one experience that it's the lack of communication, or like the no communication at all. And you took your time to go to the restaurant, pick up the food. Then when you go pick up the food, they're dropping it off to a home, apartment, condo, business, etc., etc. And then there's no communication on the customer side. So that was annoying as heck. My next experience was when I was riding my e-bikes, and I don't know how the streets are in other areas, but in Miami, so much potholes, so much so much construction on the road. Like the bumps, you for my e-bike, it's not a full suspension. It has a front fork suspension, but no rear, and the seat doesn't have a suspension as well. So I feel everything when I'm riding on the road. Now, I picked up. This is another Wingstop order that came with drinks. Now, placing the food in my bag. I have two bags, two separate bags. A smaller bag for my drinks. It carries up to four cup holders, and then I have a large bag, delivery bag, to put the food. Now, granted, I went to the restaurant, picked up the food. Now I'm on the road getting ready to drop it off to the customer. Now, I get to the customer's location. Food is intact, but for some reason they don't put enough stickers, so the bag was open a little bit. So I ended up tucking it in. I tucked it in and I rolled it to make sure it was secure. Now I'm grabbing the drinks, and I don't know if any other e-bike food delivery person has ever gone through this. Drinks are a huge issue. I've gone through it with coffee. I have gone through it with cold drinks, fountain drinks. And like I said, the roads in Miami are bumpy. The roads in Miami are bumpy. Now, I was disappointed because I was like, for me, I love to give great service, customer service, because I've worked in the grocery industry. Currently I'm a massage therapist, so I love to give my best, to do my best. Now, when I seen the drinks spilled all over my bag, and one of the drinks, the top was a little open, and most of it fell, spilled out. And my small bag was drenched in the soda that they gave at the restaurant. It was soaking wet. I pulled it out to put it in the original cup holder to give to the customer, and I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Like, man, I don't know if anybody have ever experienced like those type of deliveries where the drink is always the issue. You got to find a way to secure the drinks. But guess what? I've realized, I've done some research. I've watched some videos. Now, when it comes to the drinks, Scotch tape is very crucial, and then also rubber bands. Rubber bands are also useful too. Those are the two things that I learned that I'm going to apply to my next deliveries. And also, when it comes to the bags of which that they give you with the food, it's not properly sealed. So I heard an advice from someone else that they have like this small stapler that they have with them whenever they're delivering, and they secure it with the little small stapler, and they staple up the bag so it's sealed, because you don't want the customer to ever think that it's tampered with, and that's going to affect your review or your rating too, because they could file a complaint, for you too. And then my last worst experience on an e-bike was recently, my first delivery of the day, and I got a flat tire. That video is gonna come out. It's gonna come out soon. Matter of fact, that video, you guys will see that tire was completely flat. When I took a look at it, it wasn't a nail. It wasn't a nail that flattened my tire. It was when you open up your soda cans, your beer cans, and that little piece that you use to snap it open. It was sharp, and it pierced my tire, and it pierced the tube on the inside. So I was, now, granted, when I was doing the delivery, I heard air coming out of something, and you can never forget that sound, because when you're driving, it happens. Like, you can hear the psst, and I'm like, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh come on. Now I look down, and my thing is out. It's flat out. Now I'm halfway through my delivery. The location was 2 miles away. I made a mile with my bike. Now I had to walk the rest of the mile to get to the customer. Now I did communicate with the customer of what happened. I told them, like, hey, I got a flat on the road on my way to you. It's gonna be a couple minutes, but I will be on foot and I will get to you. Now I was happy because the customer stood out there, waited for me. She actually waved to let me know that it was her, and I went up to her, and she offered me some water. She offered me some water because, man, you rolling that e-bike. My e-bike weighs 100 pounds total, 80 pounds without the battery. The battery is 20 pounds, and the math, it's 100 pounds total, and I'm rolling it through the sidewalk just to make that delivery. And she offered me some water, and I really appreciate that because it was cold water too. And then I handed her the food. So those were my experiences so far that I didn't like. But the thing is, the drinks are always the issues when it comes to deliveries on e-bikes or bicycles. I don't know. Cars are not, they're not the issue. They have cup holders in the car. You place it in there. The cars could go over the bumps, the potholes, no issues there. The drinks won't get messed up. But on the bikes, e-bikes, I've learned those tips and tricks. So I am gonna apply those on my next deliveries, but those three were my worst experiences so far. And yeah, man, that's all I gotta say for this video. Just wanted to give you guys my worst experience of the e-bike delivery so far in Miami. There's always pros and cons to everything. There's always good and bad. But once I seen this experience, now it's gonna open my eyes on how to approach it next time. Now I'm already looking into videos of how to fix a flat and how to avoid a flat in the future. And I found out about flat out. It's a gel substance that you put into the tube of your bike, and it's a sealant. It's like it's good for small punctures. If it's a large puncture, then that's gonna be different. You're gonna need a new tire. But I'm looking for solutions after this incident that happened, that so it won't happen again in the future. But e-bike deliveries is really fun. I love it. I love riding it. I love riding to and from. Like I said, the bicycle has its versatility, other than weather, which is rain. But other than that, when it comes to e-bikes, you can ride it on the bike lane, sidewalk, in the street. You could piggyback off of it. I love just riding by traffic. And for me, that's been driving for a very long time, and now I'm on an e-bike now. Like, it's very fulfilling just riding by traffic, and you just people are sitting in their cars, is bumper to bumper. Man, it's always pros and cons to certain experiences, but definitely this is what this video is about. My worst experiences so far through the food deliveries, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.